It is 9:30.
89 WLS.
Weather happens. Turn to 89 WLS for up-to-the-minute forecast from America's most dependable, The Weather Channel. Online at WLSAM.com. Keyword storm and 89 WLS.
The 89 WLS box office opens every Thursday, giving you a chance to win tickets to an upcoming show or event. This Thursday, your chance to win tickets to see Bon Jovi on July 12th at Soldier Field. Tickets are on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets. And for complete details, go to WLSAM.com.
Lauren.
I'm so glad to see you back, but I heard you were saying you didn't have such a great experience at the airport. Gee, there's a surprise.
Yeah, we're coming back from Virginia. The boys, Lamont Raiders, did very well in the Annandale Cup, and they won 2 and tied 1, so it was really good. And on the way back, and my brother works in Virginia. He works for the federal government. So on the way back, we stopped at a rib place for Virginia barbecue, in Leesburg. Mm-hmm. So those little handy wipes, the little wipes. Yeah. They give you in the. I put a couple in my pocket,
right?
Because I thought it'd be good to clean my glasses,
right?
From all the meat juice, and so anyway. Later on, we get to the airport, and they say it's at Dulles, and they say, "Okay, ma'am," to Betty, "you go through this door, and you, sir, go into this scary contraption where you hold up your arms." And
oh yeah, people don't like those.
So I'm like, how did you decide that woman, because I was pretending she wasn't my wife, that woman can go and I have to, and he said, that's my policy, sir. That's my plan.
This is the TSA guy.
Yeah, he's giving me I almost said the word, right? Rhymes with bit. And he's like, that's my plan, sir. That's the way I do it. I'm like, the way I do it is I'm an American. I ask you questions. They're like, excuse me, are you causing a problem here? And I'm like, okay, I can just see it now. John Kass pitched off the plane. Not
so what
here.
happened?
I wouldn't be here, not doing the column. So anyway, I went through this thing like the wuss that I am.
Right.
Right. I go through the thing, hold my arms.
They
up,
take that nice picture of everything.
And they're like, sir, we have to pat you down. I said, really? You touch me in a certain place, I'm going to punch you. And he said, no, sir, look. And he showed me a little board and with my silhouette, and there were like yellow squares.
Oh, that was the stuff in the pocket?
I said, this is what it is, you morons. I'm just so sick of...
Did they pull their tasers on you when you were getting ready to take it out of your pocket?
Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase. No, it's just like they get you to back down.
Yeah.
If you want to be on the plane,
right.
And really they're morons without any brains. And power in the hands of a moron without a brain, the next thing you know, they're going to start taxing your emails.
Well, when you say they're morons without brains, apparently some guy from the TSA agrees with you, because there's this great story in the New York Post today, this former Newark Airport TSA screener who basically says that, the people who are working at the TSA are not the brightest. That's his words, not mine. And he says that, pat-downs are ridiculous. People can get explosives and things through all the time. And an agent actually got a explosive device through, a fake bomb through
in New
Newark
Jersey
yesterday.
The other day.
Yeah, and he's basically saying all of this is ridiculous and it's a joke. And maybe we can get him to come on the show and talk on. Well, I'm sorry you had that bad experience.
But in the meantime, we must fund our government.
Yeah.
How do we do it, people?
We're going to tax your email, tax your text messages.
What was that about? What's that about,
So this is... Gordon Wozniak.
I'm so upset that I'm so upset that I am losing my...
You're losing it on a Monday?
My equilibrium.
Well, it is National Nap Day, so you can take a nap in a few minutes. But listen, Gordon Wozniak is city councilman in Berkeley, California. He's proposed an email tax because he thinks they need revenue to help the Postal Service. So... which, is like in deep trouble, which is why we're not going to ever have mail again because no one uses it again. Right. So he basically thinks that if you have a bit tax, a cent per gigabit, that this is how we get revenue. And I guess because Professor Schnookums, our producer, Jeffrey Carlin, was explaining this to me, that, you'd go to all the telephone companies or the service providers, and they would basically track, because they can already track your text messaging and emails, right, to tell you what your rate's going to be.
Right. Because we used to be free Americans,
right.
but we really don't know that. We're sheeple.
Right.
Bah, bah.
So now they go, what do they sell off those lists like they do all the other marketing things, and then we get our little our little email bill in the mail.
I'll get a lot of emails about Baconators.
Right.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You're going to get your bill for your texting. Some of the bad guys out there will get it for their sexting. And then there's, the emails.
I guess sexting is something that congressmen do, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Lori in Indiana. Lori.
Hi.
Lori,
Morning.
tell us.
Talking about morons. Morons are running this country, number one. They tax us on everything. Every single thing. They even tax you on sex because you have a kid, right? You got to pay for your kid, right? Deduction. Blah, blah, blah. But the politicians are the worst. They should be doubly taxed. Look at Clinton. He should have been triply taxed. And
He should have been taxed on every lie he told.
Jackson Sr.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about a lie
tax
tax?
That was the Greek and Italian tax. For all the
How about the French man, the French politician that has his little mistress on the side, and the Italian one now that has his that's in court?
You know what they do,
doing?
Lori?
Bringing all this little European inventions over here?
Lori, what they do is they find out what people want.
Of course.
And then they hook you on it.
Yeah.
And then now they're talking about taxing. Thanks, Lori. Thanks. Lauren, now they're talking about taxing what?
The e-cigarettes.
So, in other words, I'm a smoker. I'm trying to quit again. And every time I quit, I gain weight. So,
so they'll start taxing all the food you eat, John, and then, you won't want to eat, you won't smoke.
That's Mayor Budinsky's going to come down on me if I get a chocolate shake with my burger. But at the same time, I'm trying to quit smoking. So I was thinking about going to this e-cigarette.
Right.
And then now they're going to tax that. Wait, I thought they didn't want us to smoke to get us off these bad things that we're doing.
Right.
So that's why they raised the tax to save us, right, Tony Preckwinkle? Right.
Are we going to have to, move to an island somewhere?
I want to go to a country where it's
walk
free.
around and it's
where
free.
there's some woman from France, a big statue, holding a torch saying, give us you're huddled, you're tired, you're poor. Some place where it's free.
Or you move to an island, you just live off coconuts and the land, and no one bothers you.
Do you have a tax issue story? Will you please call in? I've got Tom and Mike and other people. Call in. John Kass, Lauren Cohn, 591-8900. Back after this.
If you save even one life, you are saving the whole world.
89 WLS.
Coming up today, 2 on Ron Roper. Is that a sponge next to your new kidney?
Plus, would you get a tattoo for a free year of movies? Wait, I have both of those.
Ron Roper, afternoons 2 to 6, 89 WLS.
Lauren Cohn, John Kass. Lauren, we're going to have to come up with something about a segment idea like rant on government. Because
it's hard not
to. They started me with TSA, and now they don't want me to even have a nicotine-free cigarette or something. Mike and McHenry.
Oh, John, kudos for you for bringing up the TSA. What a joke. What an embarrassment. Every time I fly, I look at these people and I think, these are the people that make the decision whether I get on that plane or not. I mean, it's like the Gestapo. You can't say a word because they'll jerk you out of line. And these people, they don't have the IQ of an ape, honest to God.
Well, I know some of them are okay, but they yank my Mike. They yank my mom out of line. She's 82. My mom's 82 years old. She's a grandma. She listens. Hi, Mom. How are you? Thanks for making those grilled cheese sandwiches when we came off the plane. Anyway, they pull her out of line.
When you fly all the time once you get through security and then you're at the gate and then they set up a table at the gate, has that ever happened to you? And then they say they're going to be checking people and then I see 3 people standing there and then maybe they pull one person over. Why are they there?
Mike, why do they pull my mom out of line? She's 82. What is she going to do, karate moves on people?
Because we can't profile, John. You can't do that. Never.
So pull an old Greek Canadian lady
listen,
out.
Janet Napolitano said this. We're going to have fewer TSA at the airport now with sequestration. So there we go.
Janet Napolitano, here's a moodza for you. Nah. Okay, Bill Joliet. Bill.
Good morning, John and Lauren.
Hey. Morning.
Apparently, the ruling class, who used to be called representatives, but they're now our rulers, all they're doing is making the book Atlas Shrugged come true. And
I read The Fountainhead, but I didn't read Atlas Shrugged. But I shall. I guess I better because the libertarians are coming. Right?
Well, The successful people subsidize the looters, the people who can't or won't.
Eaters and producers. I got it. Thanks, Bill. Let's see. Who's in the car? Serge.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on with Lauren Cohn and John Kass.
How you doing, John? It's a pleasure to be on. It's the first time. I'm a long-time listener, but you were talking about all these tax issues, and I'm a business owner here in Cook County, unfortunately. I wish I could move my business, but I can't. But to make the long story short, we just received about 3 weeks ago a new tax that's going to be imposed on all businesses, but the way I read it, it says individuals, corporations, partnerships, pretty much everything. Anything that we buy out of Cook County, but we use for our businesses in Cook County is going to be taxed at a 1.25%. And I'm assuming it's an annual tax. I don't know if it's an annual tax or monthly tax. I really haven't figured it out yet. I'm probably have to show this to my attorney and spend a couple $300 or $400 to figure out exactly what this means. But that's pretty much what it seems like it is.
Thanks, Serge. Thanks for the call and the warning. I'd say drop a couple thousand in a fundraiser to the Cook County Democratic Party and see what happens to you. All right, John Kass, Lauren Cohn, back after this.
89 WLS.
When news breaks, be the first to know. Text BREAKING to 68683 and get up to the minute updates right on your phone. 89 WLS.
Lauren Cohn, John Kass, 89 WLS. Lauren, in the next segment, we'll be talking serious politics. Mm-hmm. The heat is building on the judge deciding the Van Echo homicide or manslaughter case in which Van Echo, nephew of Mayor Richard Daley, allegedly punched and killed a kid that was 100 pounds lighter than him who was drunk, and the young man was left to die. The young man ended up dying. Now it turns out, according to the Sun-Times, that the judge's husband, has connections over the generations with the Daley machine.
Why is she covering this up? Why not come out and tell us a tell-all?
We're going to have Tim Novak, although a competitor, great reporter, the great story, and talk about what this means for the judiciary in Illinois, because it's a serious deal, and there could be some pushback as well. And when we come back, we're going to deal with that. So 591-8900, Tim Novak of the Tribune, or the Sun-Times, on his front page story today. Lauren Cohn, John Kass. It's 10 o'clock. News with Ryan Burrow right now.
From Chicago to the North American continent.
In our 89th year, entertaining Chicago. 89 WLS.
Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated on a hotel balcony in Memphis, Tennessee.
The mayor of Chicago decided to close down Meigs Field, ripped up the runway so nobody could land or take off.
The city of Chicago, having obtained the least number of votes, will not participate in the next round.
Our 89th year, Chicago's talk leader, 89
WLS Chicago.
A Cumulus station.
Good morning, I'm Ryan Burrow. Just ahead of the Huckabee Report, these are the stories you'll be talking about today on 89 WLS. Cook County Commissioner William Beavers will be in court.